All right. Welcome to tonight's session. Officially, we are starting business analysis. So, yeah, we are starting with introduction to business analysis. And some of you must be hearing about business analysis. To be honest with you, you might be surprised that what you are hearing about business analysis what you might be thinking that business analysis might be different from what business analysis is really all about. Before I become a tech professional, like some of you have told my story, I came from the background of business administration. All of them we call it Faculty of Business Administration. So banking and finance, marketing, business management from the University of Nigeria, Enugu campus where I graduated, we call all of them business administration, the Faculty of Business Administration, and we have department. So before I came out, I myself, because I think anybody who just graduated from business, Faculty of Business Administration, because it's a business administration, then you're automatically a business analyst, but it's very far from that. As you studied business administration does not make you a business analyst. You study marketing, banking, and finance does not mainly will make you a business analyst. Because I know what we studied, and in no way does it relate or look like business analysis. Or personally, me or so many of us are thinking we're business analysts. So that's it. So what is, if that's the case, then who is a business analyst then? So a business analyst is one who solves problems, solves organizational problems. You solve complex problems. You are there to solve problems. If you don't like problems, then this place is not for you. And companies around the world, they are going out looking for people who can solve their problems. Because business, the moment you wake up and say you want to be a businessman, you want to set up a company, run your own company, then be ready to face challenges, business problems. So many of them. It's going to come from the technology you are using. It's going to come from the business model you are using. It's going to come from compliance. It's going to come from different, compliance regulation. It's going to come from customers. It's going to come from employees, stakeholders, investors. Problem will come from all these angles. Everybody must want you to do things their own way, or technology might want you to do things their own way. If you don't do things their own way, you might be running out of business, you might be exiting from the business. And it's not something everybody who have the money. Having the money to start a business is different from running a business, knowing how to run a business. That's why so many people, so many rich men who have money, they prefer looking for good business to invest instead of them owning the business, just be investing small amount of money in different businesses. They don't want to be on that headache of running the business. So having money to run business does not really make you a business guru. You need to rely on so many professionals like business analysts to help you to scale, navigate all these complexities in today's business. As the world is advancing, so everything around us is advancing. Everything is getting advanced, complex. Years back in the university, when I graduated from the university, I never owned a phone. It wasn't so long. I'm being honest, it wasn't so long, but I never owned a phone. It's only few guys when we're in only few, only few that use. But today, my son in primary school, all of them got phone in primary school. Not just phone, but phone with sophisticated phone. So that is the way the world has been. So those in the educational level, you're trying to students, you must be able to relate to your students very well. You must be able to have this kind of phones, gadgets, but there even lecturers do not have phone. Those days, there's nothing like, yes, we have internet, but so many lecturers do not even know how to use the internet. Up to today, so many of them do not know how to use it to do their work. Up to today. So things are moving fast. For instance, the educational system who do not want to catch up, they are going to be going out of business. People prefer, let me say, everybody, not even everybody loves soft life. We used to say women, it's everybody. Soft life is that some of you, as you are enjoying this executive class, all the way from United Kingdom, you are sitting in your sofa, sipping your coffee, or lying in your bed, enjoying and listening. If you want to enjoy this kind of executive program before, you have to, maybe some of you in Lagos have to go register to Lagos Business School. You know how much you used to do that. You have to go. You have to attend the lessons. Or if you want to enjoy executive program from United Kingdom, you need to, you know how much it's going to pay you to pay your school fees, process your flight tickets, make budget for your maintenance for at least 6 months. If, for instance, this is 4 months program, then you have to make arrangements for at least 6 months, something. By the time you are checking everything, you say, no, can't afford it. You don't give up. So that is business. That is a service. So those who are providing those services, they are losing a lot of customers because a lot of customers cannot come to London. But today, technology have made a lot of things so easy. A lot of things have synced. A lot of things have become possible. These are people are solving this problem, taking away these complexities, away from businesses, from the way we live our life, solving this problem. Who are solving all these problems? They are business analysts. Business analysts. So their own job is to solve people's problem, solve companies' problem, solve organizations' problem, solve government problem, solve society problem. So business analysis is not just for you to just, it's beyond just deploying application or implementing application. So you solve complex problems. That's it. Some problem as a business analyst, you can use technology to solve those problems, like application, enterprise applications. Some problems, you don't need any application. All you need is brainstorming, or you need some techniques. There are so many techniques we are going to use. We have techniques like gap analysis. We have other techniques like root cause analysis, and these are other, some of these techniques, you can do them without using using any kind of technology to solve the problems. So they are looking for people like you, business analysts, everywhere around the world. And companies, organizations, government, countries who are making good use of business analysts are those people that are progressing. Those who are not making use of business analysts, they are suffering. That's why a country like Nigeria is suffering so much. And another country is enjoying so much. And these two countries, they are still in the same continent. Yeah, in the same earth. It's just like 6 hours difference. You'll be in different countries. Before you from Nigeria to UK, you see 7 hours. But some people in Nigeria are suffering so much. But some people in UK are enjoying so much. It's because of the way, the kind of people they use, the kind of technologies they use. This determines the kind of lifestyle people live in these two countries. So that is it. I want you to understand why business analysis is very important. You see here in UK, a local government uses more than they employ up to 7 business analysts. A prestata like Ministry of Justice here in UK employs up to 20 business analysts. So if you come to Nigeria, I can beat my chest. I've been in the system. I've been a local government chairman. They don't have even a single business analyst, even one. How are they going to solve this problem? All these complex problems everywhere. Unemployment, insecurity, hunger, sickness. All these are big, big problems. How are they going to solve the problems? If they are not employing people that are trained to solve problems. Politicians are not problem solvers. They are not going to solve our problems. Well, we know, yes, you are a politician, but let them employ people. Being a politician, we are not expecting you to go and become a business analyst, but you should be able to employ the right people to solve the problems. And that's it. How many countries, how many government prestata or arm of government are employing? None. I'm telling you, I'm beating my chest. If you can tell me, if you are here and you are working in any government ministry or any arm of state government or federal government or local government or even even other areas like even defense or police, and there are business analysts, tell me. I'll just send 10,000. Just send me, or even if there is a vacancy, I'll send you I'll credit your account with 10,000 naira now. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Yeah. But if I say, if you have any prestataal that is employing business analysts here in UK, just type now local government business analyst on your browser. You see Ipswich Council looking for business analyst. London Borough of Barking and Dagenham looking for business analyst. Type it now. You see them, they're hiring all the time. Type Ministry of Justice. You find that Ministry of Justice UK is looking for more business analysts. Type Prisons UK. You find out they are looking for so many business analysts. Type Ministry of Defense UK. Just type it on it. You see they are looking for business analysts everywhere. Why are they not going to be, their country are not going to be flourishing? That's why their countries are flourishing, because they know how to solve problems. The funny aspect of it is that all these people, they will come here. I don't know what they are coming here to learn. You know, they will send their children here. I don't know what their children are learning. Because if I know my children, they come to school, they talk to me about what they do in school. If they learn something good, they tell me this, what I can't, they tell me Can we try this thing here? We do some experiment from what they learn from school. But some of these people say, I don't even know what their children, because so many of them, their children come here to show that my father is a minister, my father is a governor, my father is a senator. At the end of the day, they didn't learn anything. They come back and they become like their parents. You know, that's the problem. It's difficult. So, I don't want to tell you why you are suffering. Well, not me, all of us, we are suffering. We are suffering because, you know, kidnapping is everywhere. It's affecting everybody. Well, once they make a kidnap, they'll start calling us here. Because so many people are getting to bring money, we'll start contributing. And things like that is affecting everybody. So that is it. If we say we want to solve this problem, bring a team of beings together and follow. If they ask you to do something, follow whatever solution they give. You see, all this insecurity is going to go. You see, this unemployment is going to go. Yeah, it's going to go. It's because I'm a business analyst. That's why in my system of education, I create an internship. I know a lot of companies are looking for people with experience, but you finish university, you come out with no experience. The companies, they don't care about how much you spend in the university. It's not their business. They are looking for people that contribute in their business. They are not here for any sentiment. Saying they are looking, they say 5 years experience, they say 2 years experience. Don't they know that I just use time? Where do they want me to get? Is it my business? Not my business. I want people with 5 years experience. Checking that. And people with that will come. But universities are always knowing that companies are looking for people with experience. Why not integrate experience system, like giving them experience while they are still, let it become part of it. They don't, because it's like even our lecturers and professors, they are not good for anything. They are just good at reading a lecture. You know, these are people that should be there to design the new system. But they're not designing anything. You know, it's crazy. Because as we are crying, our children, so many of you don't have any option. You know, what can you do? Your children are going back to the system. It's not like something that killed my father will not kill me. But what will you do? You know that this thing that what killed your father. You going there as well. Your children are still going there as well. And they continue like that. It's a crazy situation we are facing that place, honestly. So how do we do it? Somebody like us, we can only do what we can do. And that's it. That's why it's possible for people to be in Nigeria and get job overseas. It's business analysis, solving problems. That's it. In a Nigerian system, if you see all our hospitals, there's something that killing all of us these days. If you go there, you see kidney this, kidney that, kidney that. It continues. Nobody wants to solve the problem. All the medical, all the work, they can't do anything because they don't know what to do. They don't have business analysts. Being a medical doctor does not give you ability to solve complex problems. So what am I saying? Business analysis or business analysis is almost the most important aspect of IT. You see, business analysis is the heart of everything we are doing in IT. That is it. Yeah. If you learn it, you can solve any kind of problems. Because everything in this world, every place is problems. If your families are facing problems, marriages are facing problems, even the church is problem, everywhere problem. For a good business analyst, you can be a marriage counselor. You know, there's no problem you cannot solve. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this, I'm not looking at any notes because I just want to tell you the story about business analysis. We are trained to understand a problem. When you are understanding a problem, you take it one by one. What happened? How did it happen? Pain, how is it affecting you? You understand it very well. You talk to different people. That's what we call requirement gathering. You need to gather requirements, everything about that problem. You need to understand it very well. That Nigeria economy all of a sudden decided to sink. Why? It's a big case study and nobody's talking anything about it. Even the CBN, they are confused. How can Naira from 500 pounds, 500 Naira pay a pounds to 2,500 or 2,000, let's say 2,000, because yeah, it is 2,000 now. From 500, when Buhari was in power, it was 500. We are changing. When Buhari was in power, it's 500 Naira per one pounds. When Goodluck was in power, it was 300. But from 500 Naira to 2,000 Naira overnight is crazy. And nobody is talking about this problem. Everybody just hailing Tinubu, APs, nobody is even saying anything. And you can see the country is not even, they're not solving the problem. They are not even talking, I don't even feel like anything is happening. And they are coming out, they are even campaigning for election, like nothing happened. Like nothing actually happened. I don't understand. That is a problem. It should be a case study. Everybody should be talking about it. How do we solve? So if we have business analysts, these are people they must be digging. They should be digging. They should be analyzing different scenarios, trying to solve this problem. That's how we solve problems. You have to analyze. You have to have like five. So after analysis, you find out what, then you start looking for solution. You need to analyze up to 5 different solutions. You keep trying different solutions within a short, not just forever, within a time period. It's a project. It's already a project. Within time period, you're trying different solutions. You don't just sit back when there is a problem. And that's it. By the time you try different solutions, you see one working. And before you know it, you see Nigerian economy started rising again. Well, we're not even trying anything. That's why nothing is happening. You know? So a child who is not doing well in school, do you just sit down and be watching the child? You don't. My father is a teacher, you know, very crooked teacher, no be say go come. I remember one certain time in this thing, I was living with my auntie and I felt as man in primary. My father said, no, this thing not going to happen. No. And my father just pulled me from my auntie's house. You're not staying there again. This cannot happen. And it was a thorough, intensive teaching and scrutiny. From me, where they carry last overnight, I come carry first. It was like a miracle. How can a child who carry last, all of a sudden, the next thing is that no, that school, all of them are idiots. All the people they are not idiots. That's how I started trending. The second time I came first again. I came first again. I came first again. Even I entered secondary school, I became trending again. Even in the biggest top schools, I still keep trending. It wasn't magic. My father decided to solve that problem because he believed that. That's how we solve a problem. Nigeria, if you have a good person who can handle Nigeria, Nigeria can trend and even started, Nigerian economy can challenge UK economy, American economy, depending on the way we solve our problems. Yeah? And that is the way it should be. We should look for people who can solve problems. There's no problem that doesn't have solution. It's because we're not using the people that can solve problems. That is business analysts. We are problem solvers. You cannot say there's nothing that is not possible. Nothing for me. There's nothing that you don't even need money to solve problems. You need brain, you need people. And that's business analysts. So having this in mind at the back of our mind, let's then understand the principles of business analysis. Let's understand the principles of business analysis. So you understand that what you are going in is to solve problems, solve complex problems. You bring change. When there is darkness, you bring a change. You bring light. That is what you are. You now become a child of light. People do not suffer when you are around. In your community, in the church, in your club, you always bring in solution. When I joined my local government years back as the council chairman, it was a horrible experience. One of the most horrible experiences. Because some people will always use a calculator and they'll be already typing how much I'll be taking home. They say, oh, more, this guy don't blow. They will type, they say, this local government, they get this kind of allocation, they get this month. They say, oh, more, this guy don't finally blow. But me, will be the chairman. At the end of the day, I don't see anything. No. They say na zero allocation. I say, which one will be zero allocation? As they say, after they do all the deduction from the allocation, what is coming for you to run the local government? We don't see anything. Nothing. When I say nothing, is zero. There's one top politician where I say, well, we're getting zero allocation. The guy said, what do you mean by zero allocation? So all these fallacies, I don't understand what you guys, until I brought the whole everything. The guy said, I don't understand this. It happens. But I didn't say, okay. And it has been happening. It's not started from me. Even the person that I took over from recorded some zero allocation. And that's what's happening. Why? Some of them are fraud. You don't have to sit back. What I did, how I solved the problem as a business analyst in a local government in Nigeria is a case study. What did I do? I said, okay. I start analyzing, I start gathering information. Every parastatal will have anything to do with, like those managing primary school board will have some things to do with them. Every place that they do any kind of deduction, anywhere money goes, I gather the data from all those areas. And I started analyzing them. I don't need anybody. I didn't grow any. I'm a business analyst. This is what I've been doing. I was trained to do that. I don't need anybody. I'm not even working as a. I see myself then not as a mayor. I saw myself as a business analyst to solve the problem of this local government, not as a mayor. And there, I find out that there's a lot of things that I do not understand. I said, okay, the first is I look around in the local government. I do not even see people in the local government. That's number one. They give me the salary payroll. We are paying up to 60 million. And if you look at nobody is like a ghost place. Nobody. Who are we then paying this money? That's number one. That is the red light, the first red light. I said, okay. I work with almost all the places I worked in UK. We use what we call biometric attendance. If you come to work, you put your finger. That is what is even going to open the door for you. You don't even come with swipe card, but this time it's not even swipe card. It's your biometric. You put your finger, the door will open. You go in. When you are going, you put your finger. At the end of the day, that will compute how many hours you work and they will pay you. Some areas I work, you don't need your finger. They don't need your finger. They don't even give you swipe card. They use your eyeball. You look at the camera, you take your eyeball, and you've already recognized you. At times you take your face, you open the gate for you. When you are going again, you look again. That is it. I said, okay, at least we'll be able to get that biometric code, so we can afford it. And we got biometrics. So we want to know how many people are actually working in this local government. And after that first biometric we did, when we are doing it, all the perpetrators who conjure that all what the local government have been suffering, they want to cause a crisis in my local government. I said, you guys are just kidding, because this is just the beginning. And after the biometric capture, we reduce our payroll from 60 million to 30 million. That's number one. You see how much we've saved? Yeah, you've saved almost 30 million from biometric capture. I said, okay, that is number one. We said, okay, we are paying local governments primary school teachers. If you come in my local government, we have up to 1,500 primary school teachers. And if you go to their classes, you see that one teacher is teaching 9 children. How can it be? One teacher is teaching 9 children. The ratio is one teacher to 30 to 35 children. You see what's going on? I said, no, it's not going to happen. Then I go to another local government in a bit remote area. You see one teacher teaching 200 children. And you see the imbalance. And this is what is taking our whole money. And after the whole complaint, I went to the governor and said, Governor, this is what is going on. I told Governor, I need 600 teachers. Out of all this 1,000, I don't need them. I told governor, said, where are they going to go? I said, Governor, cool down. I said, Governor, can you see my local government? We have one teacher to 9 students, and the ratio should be one teacher to 35 students. That is imbalance. I said, Governor, go to Ezeagu local government, go to Isimba local government. They have one teacher to 200. Governors, do I have a proof? I said, Governor, I have a file here. Then Governor, that I was prepared. I tendered the file. Governor flipped. Governor said, I've not seen this kind of analysis before. Governor said, what do you want? I said, approve it. And Governor there approved it and removed. And that is the beginning of the main crisis. You see, I have punched the big men. A lot of things that are happening. And that's it. So what am I saying? You see how I solved aged problems. It has been a culture there. And I became the enemy territory. Nobody wants to this boy. This is not London. That is the slogan. You are not going to succeed. This thing you are doing here, all this London, this thing is not going to work. But I wasn't bothered. I've solved problems, complex problems. So the point I'm making here is that it's only people like me and you who are trained as a business analyst who can solve this kind of problem, because the problem has been there. And when I left with happiness because I know what I did. And it was a big legacy when I leave, because the local government started getting money, they started being, but now they started mutilating a lot of things again. A lot of things I've done, they've already started regrouping all those, regrowing all those illegal systems again, but that is their business. So I wanted to use this practical application in our own domesticated area to show you how a BA can solve complex problems. The first problem I solved, I used biometric, that is digital technology. I used biometric capture to solve that problem. Then to reduce the amount of teachers, I didn't use any biometric. You know, I did analysis and find out the imbalance. Another thing I did was, you see all the second primary school teachers, they used to have primary school headmasters. They used to have meeting, and I laid ambush on them. During their meeting, they didn't know that I'm coming. I just came there as a local government chairman. I say, every headmaster here, write all your teachers, names of all your teachers, and give it to me. And I want that to be happen. I want you to do that within the next 30 minutes, or you see the next wahala everywhere. They started panicking. I said, no, why are you panicking? You are a headmaster. You should be able to know the people you work with. You know your staff. They started writing all their teachers. I said, if you write a teacher's name and is not there, because if you come to verify and is not there, you are going to prison. Some of them who have submitted say, okay, we made a mistake. They withdraw, and roots, authentic people, they know that they always come into school. And when I cross-check it with the record I have, is wow. And when those headmasters, you write, you sign it. You write, you sign it. And this is evidence. You telling me, you cannot tell me you forgot. How do you forget your teacher, your staff? You cannot be, it's not possible. And that's it. You find out that there's a lot of problems. And we said, okay, this is it. we went out to do the verification and confirm of the teacher. A lot of them still, if it was easy for them to kill me, they would have assassinated me. But it wasn't. I'm in the hand of God. So that is just trying to show you that that is the problem of Nigeria. And it's only people like me and you who will get guts to confront the problem. If we confront this problem the way I've confronted it, I did this within 2 years, and there's a lot of sanity. There's a lot of hope. And it was left. So if you can have this mind trained to solve problems, just like the way I'm solving problems, you won't have problems. Our country will not have problems. Your business will not have problems. So business analysis is extremely important for our generation. It can help you in your family. If you have, no matter the kind of family problem you have been having, you can wake up and decide to solve the problem as a business analyst. Your sister is having issues. Every problem have a solution. It's just that we don't have people that solve that problem the way it should be. Okay. Let's go through our notes and we see the principles. All right. Okay, let's start by understanding it. Says business analysis is the systematic approach to understanding, defining, and solving business problems. This statement covers everything about business analysis and whom you are. If you have the capacity to understand the problem, when you understand the problem, you define the problem and you solve the problem. Defining involves analysis, series of analysis. It involves identifying business needs, assessing potential solutions. Potential solution means different solutions. You assess it and which one is more close to solving the problem, and ensuring that the proposed solution aligns with organizational objectives. At its core, business analysis aims to enhance organizational efficiency, effectiveness, and overall success. Yeah. Okay. Look at this problem here. Example here. Look at the problem to show you that as a business analyst, you can solve problems everywhere. It's not only in a bank or MTN or NNPC or Ministry of Justice. No. Even in a restaurant, you can solve a problem there. And this is what we're looking at. Restaurant. In this restaurant, you see customers complain that the food takes too long to be served. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. And your business can close if you can't solve this kind of problems. All your customers will just disappear. And you say that someone is bewitching your business. Nobody's bewitching your business. If you are a restaurant in environment, let me use VI, where I worked before. at others, almost everybody within that environment, they are corporate people. You see, they are bankers, because everything you see that place is corporate headquarters, corporate headquarters. Most customers coming to our restaurants, they are bankers, they are telecoms, they are this and that. And in these areas, they are strict about their break. If they give you a break of 30 minutes, it's 30 minutes. You go and eat your food and come back. Okay. Having said this, they gave you a break of 30 minutes to go and have your lunch. And when you come to have your lunch, you have to wait for 14 minutes before they serve you food. Is that not crazy? Half of your break, you are waiting to get served. You have not even started eating. And you only have then another, let's say, 15 minutes to eat your food and go back. Your break is just to go to the restaurant. You cannot even do anything. You know, you cannot even go to rush to bank and get some money. You cannot even, during break, for you to do one or two things. If you have a car, you don't have enough, can even use that break to go fuel your car, do one or two things before break. But you spend the whole break in waiting for food. You see, it's too much. So if you see where you can just go within 5 minutes, they'll serve your food, you are going to move, you are going to leave this particular restaurant and go where you are going to just get your food served within, even if less than 5 minutes. That's what you are looking for. So it's a big problem to these restaurants. That is the current situation. As a business analyst, you try to understand the current situation. They are complaining, then you have to interview them. When I interview them, you find out this is the current situation. It takes up to an average of 14 minutes before food gets served. So desired outcome is even if say 11, but for me, even 11 is too much compared to just 5 minutes. If your food should be served. Then if you want to be a big man, that maybe you go to the where they start cooking your food. When you order for your food, they start cooking the food. Maybe it can take longer because they have to start from the. But most cases, I've been in so many restaurants where they have to start. So many of the ingredients they are going to use already prepped. They are not going to start cooking. You just put them and that's it, and they will done. No matter the soup. So now, in our own case here, the desired time is 11 minutes. Within the 11 minutes, let the food be served. So we are looking for the gap. What is the real situation? The real problem is this 3 minutes. That is the gap. You find a way to solve this problem. So actions. Obtain more opinion from customers about their experience. Ask employees what should help them provide faster services, and train employees to provide faster services. In this case, we have solved the problem for them. We are not even using any technology. Not applying any technology here. It could be the staff there, they do not know how to use the kitchen equipment. You can train them to use the kitchen equipment. It could be access and egress. They don't have, it could be they don't have enough staff. These are things, the way you solve these problems, and you're solving a big problem. A very big problem for this organization you've solved. I have another problem that I solved here in London, in my company. And what happened is that in this case, the sales people, how do they pay the sales people? The sales people, after making a call, they will log into a CRM system and update the CRM system with the hours spent making the call. So you see, it gives them room for fraud. And these people have been doing this for a long time. So you see, even within the CRM system, they are still carrying, they say, I will use CRM system, but that CRM system, they are still perpetrating fraud. So what they do is that they will make a call, they have a chat with a customer, a lead. After talking, they will go to the CRM system and update the CRM system. I made a call, I spoke with this. And instead of saying you spend 5 minutes, they will say, I spent 1 hour. I spoke with 5 customers. Well, I spent 5. What they use to pay these people is the amount of hours you spend on a call. That's determined your pay and bonuses. And with this, they have been ripping company off for a long time. So what did we do? They said, okay. It was a big war when we want to, integrate the call log into the CRM system. What does that mean? As we are making a call, that call is already updating itself. We have to integrate the call system, the telephony system with the CRM system. So the CRM system is automatically importing the call log into the CRM. So you as a sales rep do not need to go to the CRM to do any update. These people say no, this will not happen. So we don't happen finish. So these black people come here to us, say, you don't happen finish. And after everything, I'm not going to disclose the amount of money we saved for this company, the kind of fraud, and this has been going on for a very long time. So that's business analysis in action. That's how we save this company huge amount of money. Just like I use business analysis to save my local government a huge amount of money. That's what we are doing. Do you see what you are bringing to table as a BA? Nobody can bring the kind of thing you can bring to table as a BA if you know what you are doing. They don't play with you. Companies will be chasing you around if they really understand your worth. Okay. That is it. You see how you solve this problem. Okay, let's look at principles. Business analysis principles involves systematic evaluation, identification, and implementation of effective solutions to organizational challenges. Its role in organizational success lies in optimizing process, enhancing decision-making, and aligning strategies with business objectives, fostering adaptability and innovation. By providing valuable insights and bridging communication gap, business analysis facilitates informed decision-making, ensuring sustained growth and competitive advantage. I don't see a business, you see here, sustained growth. A business should be growing. Every business should be growing because you should be making more impact. You should be growing. But when you see a business is not growing, organization is not growing, company is not growing, a child is not growing, it's a problem. You have to find out why. There should be growth. There should be growth in organization. Like in our own case, Nigeria should be growing taller, but we are getting stunted. We keep diminishing instead of growing, we are diminishing, So that's it. That's why it's because we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And that's it. So look at the key principles where if you want to carry out business analysis, it requires requirement gathering and analysis. You must know how to gather requirement, the right requirement, and analyze them. Central to business analysis is identifying and analyzing of requirements. This involves understanding the need of stakeholders. When we talk about stakeholders, we'll talk stakeholders. So many of us who've done stakeholder analysis, so you must know what stakeholders need. It's not only the big men in the office, even the local government, even the customer, everybody, media, they all stakeholders. You need to understand the need of all the stakeholders. Document the requirements, ensure that solution you are bringing meets the need of all the stakeholders. That is it. By the time you do that, you see that you started your work. Analyzing, gathering and analyzing is not as easy as you think. To gather requirements and analyze this professional is not easy. So, but it can be done very well. That's why they're paying you ridiculous amount of money. So many BAs are earning 800 pounds every day. You know, it depends on how strong you are in your business analysis experience and skill sets. Stakeholder engagement. Successful business analysis relies on effective communication and collaboration with stakeholders. As a business analyst, you need is a customer-facing role. You don't sit back like developers. You need to go out. You need to be outspoken. You need to interview people. You are like a bit of investigator. Investigator, you don't sit back. Ask questions. Why you are solving a problem? You don't just close your mouth. You are solving a problem. You don't just go to the internet and yes, going to the internet, going to the archive, but you equally need to go out, talk to stakeholders, carry out, ask questions. People will tell you the truth. People will tell you you hear different stories. Then you find out that you are really communicating and you are getting there. This involves identifying, engaging, and managing relationship with individuals or groups affected or influenced by the project. Then another key principle is problem solving and decision making. You must know how to solve problems. You must know all the techniques, all the methodologies on how to solve a problem. You must know how to use technologies to solve problems. You must know how to make decisions or affect decision making, aid in decision making. Business analysts are problem solvers. Simple. If you don't belong here, if you can't do this, there's no need of you just hanging around here. You can just go and enjoy the project management to finish. If you don't derive joy, let me use it this way. If you don't derive joy in solving problems, how many of us here derive joy in solving problems? You know, how many of us? Yeah, you must have to drive joy. So yes, you must be happy when you see you bring a solution to complex problem. They should not, encourage you. Let me tell you, what we are doing here, they don't need to encourage you to learn this. They don't encourage you. If they're encouraging you, your husband is encouraging you, it's Mr. Charles' class to go and join. You are wasting your time. Tell your husband that you don't want it. If you are not fighting your husband, telling you to go, let's go. We have what they call it, a naming ceremony. Our neighbors, they are doing naming ceremony. You tell them, no, that naming ceremony, I don't want to miss Mr. Charles' class. You will become addicted to listening to this business analysis of it. Then that is number one of you making it here. You must be addicted to this IT. You must be addicted. You must love it. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, starting a business is just starting a business. they do not encourage you to start a business. You don't encourage people to start a business. Yeah. Business is like hobby. You must have that passion. They do not encourage anybody to go to abroad. You see somebody you are begging, you are son, you're chasing, come go abroad. You don't beg people to go to abroad. They must have the hunger. Tell them the truth, everything they need to, but don't force them. They must have the hunger. I've seen somebody who gone to Germany after spending so many years in Germany, or more than 6 years in Germany, you know, came back and started riding Okada rider in the soccer after spending up to 5 years in Germany. But some people, 2 years in Germany, they've acclimatized, they understand everything that is going on, they've integrated. So, yeah, so problem solver, they must not push you to love it. You know, problem is not easy. Why I'm saying this is because I know problems is not easy, but I love it. You know, it gives me joy to solve problems. So, as a business analyst, you are a problem solver. They analyze data, evaluate alternatives, and facilitate decision-making process to address challenges and capitalize on opportunities. Adaptability and flexibility. Business analysis requires adaptability and flexibility. You know, adaptability to changing business environment. Analysts must be flexible in their approach, adjusting methodologies and strategies to meet evolving organizational need. You are like a pilot. You are on the air. As the cloud is changing, you are navigating. You try to navigate. If it goes up, you go down. If you go down, that is it. You are a driver. So drivers should be, you can't just say, I'm going to put your hand, you always be, that is the way steering. You see, drivers are one of the most flexible people you can see. They always turning, they always steering. You see the way steering is? For you to get to your destination on time and successfully, you must know how to navigate. True or false? I'm not a driver. I don't even know how to drive. I don't have a license. But am I saying true or false? How many of us are drivers here?
True.
How many of us are drivers? Angela, are you a driver? So,
yes, I am.
So you must be flexible. How flexible are you?
Yes, sir. Very flexible, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. You must be flexible in your approach. You know, flexible. You can't say, no, this is when you see technology is changing, you align, like I keep telling so many of you. Yeah. Today, the way we've been doing this business analysis job, I've been in this business analysis for long, and things are changing. Some of us are still, I know so many of my colleagues, they are still clinging on the same methodology we'll be using. No, we don't do that. Now we have technology, we have AI. AI has added another layer. You quickly navigate. Try to start using it. Try to use AI to solve problems against our conventional approach. You test both of them, you weigh it and see which one is better. And that's the way it should be. You don't just sit one place, I'm now a business analyst, checking out. No, you have to even continue to update yourself. You know, you need more knowledge. And you cannot just by saying this is the way Mr. Charles said. Yeah, you have to, really need to be flexible, open your mind to learn more things. What I'm just doing here is laying the foundation for you. So once you have this solid foundation, above the sky is your limit. So process improvement. We must continue to improve on the way things are. You see, I love the way these people do their things in this country. They don't play with process improvement. They continue to improve on a particular process on and on and on and on. You know, they continue to have a meeting for process. They just to decide how do we improve, how do we refine this process. And that's why things are moving. Process improvement is key to business analysis. So, as a business analyst, you play a vital role in identifying inefficiencies and recommending improvement to existing processes. They contribute to optimization of workflow to enhance overall organizational performance and solution design. At the end of all this, you are doing requirement gathering, you are doing requirement analysis, and you've come up with a solution. Then how do they implement that solution? You are the architect of that solution. It's your brainchild, it's your thought. That solution comes from you. You need to design it. So, developing strategies, models, or systems to solve business challenges. That's solution design. We need to know how to design the solution. And risk assessment, identifying potential risk and proposing mitigations. So you must be having this eagle eye in identifying risk. And not just that you have, you must follow the due process. You must have a way to, we've done risk management, risk analysis, RAID log, how to do continuous RAID meeting to capture RAID. Or if you are using agile methodology, how you do, who can answer the question? Daily stand-up, use daily stand-up every day. You do daily stand-up to inspect and adapt, capture more risk, and solve the problem. And once you have implemented the problem, implemented the solution to the problem you are solving, you need what we call validation and test. You need to test it before you start deploying it. Ensure the proposed solution meets business requirements before you deploy it. Roles in organizational success. If you apply business analysis, how is it going to affect the organization to grow? One, strategic alignment. Business analysis ensure that projects and initiative aligns with the overall strategic goal of the organization. This alignment enhances the likelihood of success, implementation, and positive organizational outcome. Mitigation of risk, that's risk mitigation, by identifying potential risk and uncertainties early in the analysis phase. Business analysts contribute to the development of risk mitigation strategies, minimizing the impact of unforeseen challenges. Enhance decision-making. Through data-driven insights and thorough analysis, business analysts empower organization leaders to make informed decisions, reduce the likelihood of costly mistakes. If they listen to you, you are the go. You know why? Let me tell you why things are not working, in Nigeria. You see, politicians, once they come to power, and I can't wait to see all these old politicians go to rest, so that young people, although even so many of our young people are very daft, So they will set up a think tank. That think tank should be a business analyst think tank. to help drive your manifesto, your plan for whichever people, for your president or your governor, to set up a think tank. They go and consider a think tank of you must be a minister, you must be a professor, you must, after a pack old people there as a committee, tank committee. All those old people have seen this first class. They will come. They will be just there hailing the governor, hailing the governor. They will keep on hailing the governor. At the end of the day, they will give them a share envelope. Everybody will go. They are not coming there to solve any problem. They're just coming there to be collecting their own envelope as a think tank of the governor's think tank. They are not solving it. They are not doing anything. You know? And the governor equally will, some of others in the other position, friends and family and this and that and the political scale, this, they will share everything. And it will continue. Problem will be where the problem is. And on and on. And the system will continue to decay and decay and decay. And as a matter of fact, the condition of Nigeria as a nation, in terms of our economy, is, I don't know what, don't let me not use the kind of I'll just give up. I don't want to say anything. Yeah. All right. Still on rules in organizational success. So, we business analysts, we help decision makers, the business leaders, we call them business leaders. We empower them to make decisions. Most of them, they are just relying on us to make decisions. Yeah. Effective resource utilization. A business analysis help organizations to allocate resources effectively by identifying areas for improvement, streamlining processes, and ensuring that projects are aligned with strategic priorities. Continuous improvement. Business analysts are champions of continuous improvement. Their roles involve ongoing evaluation and enhancement of business processes, leading to increased efficiency, innovation, and adaptability. So conclusively, business analysis is a critical function that contributes significantly to organizational success by fostering strategic alignment, mitigating risk, enhancing decision-making, optimizing resource utilization, and driving continuous improvement. Embracing business analysis principles empowers organizations to navigate complexities, innovate, and achieve sustainable success or sustainable growth in an evolving business landscape. Yeah. So you are highly needed. That's why I see these two roles, these two topics, business analysis and project management. I feel I'm just, blessing our generation by impact, because this is what every society needs. This is what every country needs. You know why this is so important? If you learn this very well, even if you like, travel to the moon, there is job there for you. If you like, travel to China. If you like, travel to Japan, travel to Russia, travel to America. You cannot say they don't have me, there's nothing, they don't need my. Everybody is looking for you. If you like, no matter your role, is very easy to re-engineer and start solving problems. I had a medical doctor. This medical doctor is registered in the United States of America and is regularly registered here in UK as a medical doctor. He joined business analysis, and the experience say that this is wonderful. He's a senior business analyst. He doesn't even want people to know that he has anything to do with medicine. You know why I'm saying this? Even if you are in medicine, even if you are a lawyer, even if you are an accountant, even if you are an engineer, business analysis accommodate everybody. You can easily re-engineer and join business analysis. You can easily re-engineer and become a project manager, no matter your whatever. So if you have made a mistake coming up during the this is where you are needed. That is where, for me, your role, your career, if you are a human being and you do not have a role, you do not have a career where once you type on the internet, you see that they are looking for you, you are in trouble. Yes, you are in trouble. If you have studied this, it doesn't matter if you made first class. Nobody cares about your first class. People want you to solve their problems. If you can solve problems, you can document a lot of problems you have solved. That is experience as a business analyst. Document problems you've solved and how did you solve that problems? What is the achievement? If they call a company, did this guy work with us? Meaning, yes, he worked with us. Meaning he solved this problem. You don't have jobs looking for you. Yeah. Even if it happened to be difficult for you to break. If you break, you don't break too. And there's never all the business analysts I trained here in London whoever came back and tell me they are struggling. No, I can't pay my child's school fees. So I can't. No, you don't talk that kind of. Don't tell that story. When you see so many graduates, I can't pay my children's school fees. My wife is in home. My wife put to bed. What can I do? My mother is sick. You should be able to solve your basic because there is job out there for you. I'm not using Nigeria as a forget about Nigeria. You become a global talent. As a business analyst who knows what you are doing, or a project manager, you are a global talent because the world is looking for you. Okay. If you I don't think there's because everything we say today is extremely clear. If you have questions to ask, don't worry, I'm here for you. You can ask your question. Any kind of question, you can ask me. Yeah. So if you have question, you raise your hand. I'm going to call you. So, are we all good? Okay, Juliet. Are you scared of business and being a business analyst? Okay. Juliet, you are not ready. I'll call another person. Have Jalma.
I'm ready. I'm talking, sir. I don't know.
Okay, show your face then.
See my face. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mr. Charles. Thank you so much. This class has been a eye-opening. We appreciate it. So my question is, when we are talking about business analysts, one thing that I find out that is constant in what you always say is requirement gathering, requirement gathering, requirement gathering. So I believe that a business analyst is not somebody that knows it all, and that may be in what you wrote, you say business analyst has to liaise with other people, other professionals, so that you can gather your requirements. So my question is, how easy it is? Do those people give us everything that we need? If they are not giving us everything that we need, how do we navigate it to get what we want? As that is the basis of our job.
Yeah, they should be able to. At times, it's difficult. That's where we see resistance to change. You know, resistance to change. At times, you face challenges in gathering requirements, but you know that you are working for people appointed you to do this job. You know, so once they know you need to gather requirement from some people and they refuse to open up, then you report them to the line management or the authority. You know, so I showed you how I gathered some requirements. You know, I went to them, these teachers, where I needed an authentic first class information from primary school headmasters. I want to know how many teachers, authentic teachers, because I know there's a lot of ghost workers. The purpose is to make sure I got it from these teachers. They didn't give it to me because they wanted, but they know the implication of not giving me the authentic information. They have to give you, you know. So because you have backups, you have a letter stating that you are doing your job. Let them know the problem you are solving. You must not, there's what we call, some people, it's an argument between me and my colleague. I told the guy, you are doing spying. What you are doing is spying. You are not doing requirement gathering. During the one we'll be talking more about requirement gathering, we'll tell you different types of requirement gathering, like observation. You know, observation is where you have to go and watch the way they do their work. First class, you learn how they are doing it. So in a situation like this, you need to tell the person the purpose of that requirement gathering, how that requirement gathering is going to help solve a problem for him too, not even for organization. If the organization goes down now, everybody will lose their job. You know, in my own case, the local government is struggling to pay salary. You know, and we are trying to find a way to pay salary. And you that is coming to work every day and you are not getting your salary, are you happy? And I'm here to understand the payroll so that I can use it to, you start hiding it. You don't want to give me the payroll. Well, they are not going to disclose their payroll system to anybody, but you need to have authorization for you to, I'm talking because you don't know where you are, you might find yourself in ministries where you are going to meet this kind of bureaucrats that are not going to allow you, and then resistance to change. During my own time, when I was trying to solve the problem in local government, they carried a placard. They even carried my coffin. They go around the whole local government. They dress in black and blacks, carry my coffin that I'm dead. What are the people that carry? These are the people that I'm trying to help. People I'm trying to solve the problem so that I can pay them their salary. But they are so vulnerable. Some of the politicians manipulated them and they wear black and black, go around the local government. Why are you going around the local government? Because I said you must do biometric. That we are now going to be using biometric. They say, no, we don't know what is biometric. We don't want to use it. We are happy the way we are. So you are going to face challenges. I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be rice and beans, you know. Yeah, but that's why you are trained. You are trained to understand that there is going to be challenge. We'll call it resistance to change. In a resistance to change situation like this, we need what we call sensitization. We need to sensitize them. You know, I had a lot of town hall meeting, organized town hall meeting, where I educate them, sensitize them. I'm not doing this for myself. You know, I'm doing it for you people. If I want anything that comes in the local government, I can gather all of them. Nobody will jackpot with the whole money. Nobody will say anything. But it's not for me. I know so many parents there, their children are not going to school because they don't have any money to pay. So the point is, you are going to, but you must understand how to go about. That's why you are trained. Those people who are putting up those challenges, you find that so many of them are some of the problems itself. So you are there to expose them. You are there to uncover some gray area, dark areas. So it's a very big, it's a very strategic position. Depending on where you are working, you might find yourself even some the work will even buy you. You know, so that's it. So if you find you must have documentation authorizing you all the time to gather requirements. You know, so for instance, if I get authorization from the governor to go, and then everybody will open, they give you water because they know they don't want to. So, yeah, but you don't just casually and they open their data for you to know. You are not going to get headway. But I want to tell you that if you want to solve complex problems, you are going to face challenges, just like I've faced a lot of challenges.
Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, yeah, all right. Ijoma.
Good evening, Mr. Charles. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, sir, for the previous classes and for this next series. It's been impactful. So my question is with regards to applying for job. You know, since we are still currently undergoing the training, I just want to know how to, you know, put it up in a CV that's like to show that you're still undergoing training, or how do you put it up on your CV?
Well, the job I asked you to apply is the one you have finished. These are two topics, two career skill sets. One is project management, and one is business. They are two different career roles. So you can, so it's like what I'm giving you people is buy one, take one free. So you have finished your project management. You don't need to wait for business analysis. You can start using this one to enjoy while this one is getting ready. You know? So the CV I gave you is for project management. It's not going to cover you in business analysis. Why is the CV is not a project manager CV? Is a project coordinator. It's for project support. It's for project administrator. What does that mean? You work under a project manager. And with what you have already, you can work under a project manager, assist project manager. If you type internet now, go to the internet and type project coordinator job. You see a lot of project coordinator job out there. You can apply for it. So you don't need to show them you are still undergoing training. You don't need it. Just show them you're a project coordinator. When you finally become a project manager, by then you must have managed a project, be part of a project, and see how to manage a project from the beginning to the end. I don't want you to read it. I want you to be part of it, because reading it is different. It's not easy. Ask those people who try to become part of our projects. They will think it's easy, but so many of them will run away. You know, it's not easy. So once you have that real life experience, then I can call you a project manager. I will give you another CV, a full project manager CV that can help you to apply for project manager. So, but this one you have now is enough, you know, to start making you not small pounds or small dollars, big dollars, you know.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
All right. Michael. Michael Ibenemem. You're mute.
Good evening, Mr. Charles.
Yeah, good evening.
I still want to remind you about the missing topic we've not done, but that is not the question. The last time you spoke, I reminded you. Now, my question is this. I've heard a lot about research analysis, business analysis, Six Sigma. For me, they look alike and they seem to be the same thing. I don't really know what the difference is.
Research analysis is on the academic aspect of learning. You want to be a researcher, PhD, or this and that. Yeah, you can carry out research. Six Sigma is an advanced aspect of business analysis. So have a Six Sigma, have a green belt, white, yellow belt, black belt. So once you finish your business analysis on this foundational level, and now you want to become a senior business analyst, then you should be able to enroll for Six Sigma. But with that Six Sigma, you are going to be confronting complex problem, complex case studies. There will, complex case study where you are going to be using Six Sigma to manage a project. The main goal for Six Sigma is for process improvement, which we made a mention of process improvement. Everything about Six Sigma is process improvement. And in business analysis, process improvement is very core for what we are doing. I told you that you have to improve. You continue to improve. Stagnant. When you are stagnant, you are working, you don't get promotion, you are where you are, or you have a child who is always in the work class, he's always failing class, don't move to primary 2 to 3. That is a problem. Organization who always one place is a problem. A local government who there is no problem, always the same structure, the colonial masters left, is a problem. Country. So it should be a process improvement. Process improvement is growth. So in Six Sigma, that's where we look at it in a very broader way. Six Sigma. What another one called Lean. Lean, in most cases, you combine Six Sigma with Lean. Lean is about waste, about waste reduction. Once you have Lean and Six Sigma trained as a Lean and Six Sigma business analyst, companies will be chasing you up and down. Just put it in your CV, show what you've done with Six Sigma. For me, I don't look for a job. All I do now is job will fly coming into my CV. If I like it, I take it. I don't like it, I'll just leave it. So there's a stage you build yourself, you don't look for a job. When you have Six Sigma, when you have Lean, in your portfolio of what you've done with Six Sigma and Lean, meaning that any organization you come, you can save waste for them. Waste of time, waste of resources. You save huge amount of money. I told you guys how I save money for my organization. How did I save the money? Through business analysis. You see what these people are doing, what they do in a job they can do in 1 week. You can automate the whole system and they will do it in 1 day. You see how much you save them. That is Lean. And equally, you have improved their system efficiency. After that improvement, automation, maybe data They do manual data handling. They go to the CRM system to input data. That is what we call manual handling. And that is, it causes dirty data, compromised data sets. But when you automate it, the data will become high quality data. That is, improve the process, and you see the amount of time it's going to take them to go and even input the data manual. You save time. You've improved the process. That is what they are looking for. You're saving them money, and you're improving their process. Everybody is happy. Company is flying. But if you don't know how to do all those things, we'll remain where we are. I've noted this thing you talk about. Once I have the appropriate time, I'll fix. I'll squeeze in that topic.
Okay. So one last question, if nobody is asking question, which one seems to be paying better? Is it the business analyst or the project management?
Follow your passion. Don't follow the money. What are you passionate about? Are you a leader? Are you a good leader? Are you passionate about leadership? If you are passionate about leadership, you know, who handle people that flow you with empathy, then you go for project management. But if you are a dad who do not tolerate, you keep on any slight mistake your child do, you slap the child, you kneel down, you kick the child, you flog the child, you are not a good leader. When your child make a mistake, you should be able to call your child and find out why. What is your problem? You continue doing this all the time. Stop it. Can I help you? You see empathy. And you see when they have problem, they can always come to you. That is the way you lead your team. But you have seen a lot of mother. Anything they will try to do, anything, power. You are not a good leader, you know. So if you do not take, because you are going to, you snap out so easily. That's not good leadership, you know. So, but if you are the one who derive joy in solving people's problem, you are going to work and you see someone, the car parked somewhere, you slow down. What is your problem? Is it a car? Okay, let's see. That is, you are so passionate about solving people's problem. Yeah, you are going to make a good business. You are not doing it for money. You see, teaching I do, before I start collecting money here, I've trained so many people free of charge. Even if I close this, I can still be training people free. So what does that mean? It's not the money. I like money. Everybody like money, but it's not the driver, because I know that anything you do that gives value, you must get money in return. But follow your passion. You see footballers, so many of them, even if you don't pay them money, they will still be playing. Like JJ now. You see, he's still playing. Nobody is paying him, but he loves it. He plays, he likes to play. And at the end of the day, that passion is what is making money for him. So these are two great career sets you've got. I'm not going to tell you that business analysis is better or project management is better, you know. So, but coming from Nigeria, if you want to break through faster, you know, project management has small aspect before you even become, and that's how so many people use that to leverage to rise faster. Like this project coordinator, project assistant, project support, project this, even before you become a project manager. So that's why people are breaking through more in project management than in business analysis from Nigeria, working abroad. And equally, Nigerian system have not understood that we have a problem. We are not using business analyst. You know, that is another problem. Well, in Nigeria, problems are everywhere. They already know problem, project managers, companies. If you go to Zenith Bank now, they will tell you that we don't have need for business analysts. They don't have need for business analysts. While OP, PAMP, how many people we have now have taken over the market? Is because they have so much problems. They don't even know they have problems. You know, you become a big boy. All these them, if you go to UBA, they tell you we don't have problems. If you go to until they sink, they'll tell you, you know, they have problems. They don't know they have problems. That is the problem we are talking about. We don't know. We do not even agree we have problems. But when we know that they have a problem is, you see a smaller company will come tomorrow and take over. Everybody will start following them. They are not happy with you. The customers are not happy. If all the small boys want to have OP, everybody want to have, they don't have OP, they have PAMP. If they don't have PAMP, they have, you guys will help me to call them. Although most of you here are not Gen Z, most of you are
They
here.
have money points.
Most of you here are old school. Because if you are not old school, if you know what is going on, I know what is going on. I have a lot of them are my friends, which always call me to send money for them. All of them is not OP, is PAMP, if not PAMP, is a money point. If you open if you say, well, you say no, I don't want Zenith Bank. Then all of them they don't want these are what they want. Because the bigger banks are now old bank. They are too conventional. But if they are using business analysts, it wouldn't have come to this point. It has come to the point that they have all they do now is the opportunity they are looking at is to go and buy shares in all this new fintech, you know, to own them because they are losing the markets. So why I'm using it to tell you that it's not only the government that have not realized we have a problem, even the private sectors, they've not realized we have problems. You know, they don't. So, yeah. I wish we can start using BS. You see, Nigeria will become like America. I mean, well, that's it. I've done my own. I've preached. It's all about you people practicing it because you have to practice this business analysis as a hobby before it can happen in Nigeria. So if you're working in local government, try to volunteer. I think what I'm going to do is just volunteering. Let's start from volunteer community service as a business analyst in Nigeria, different sectors, so that they can understand the importance. We have to take the fights, we have to take the game to their let them not even pay. We're not asking them to pay. But let's see the value you bring to table. It's not gonna be my need to do it alone. So some of you will need to be able to volunteer to go and serve. You know. Anyway, if it's a VDM, you say you learn the hard way, yeah. So you know that I'm a VDM fan as well. So, all right. Thank you for joining, and see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you
Thank you so much,
very
sir.
much, Mr. Charles. You nailed it very, very intensely again. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So go and become the change the change agent.
Wow, what a
you can
cost.
be a change, you can bring change in your community. You don't need to, when in your church, your mosque, you are anywhere